This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. Use the links in the description to visit their store. Hello everyone, we are doing another Final Fantasy draft. Don't think Ultima's particularly good. In the turn is mostly just downside and limited. Turns off death triggers, but that's not a big deal. I think the pick is Summon Fenrir. It's like one of the best cards in the set. It's just amazing how much it does up front, and then the additional value it can generate. I do really like Omega a lot too. That deck is really good, and Summon Fat Chocobo is great. It is a bit of a bummer that like the best cards in this pack are all green, but I don't think it should make us shy away from taking such a powerful card. So let's see. None of the green cards here are great. Commune and Gigantode are okay. I do think Zac Fair's pretty good. I do also like Summon Chocomog a reasonable amount. It's not as good as Summon Fat Chocobo. That common one is better than most of the uncommon ones. But this one's just solid. Yeah, I mean, the Dire Rat's okay. There's a bunch of okay stuff in this pack. And none of it's green, really. I mean, I'm thinking Zac Fair. He's just a good one-drop who gives you the ability to, like, blank a removal spell later in the game, which is really frustrating for your opponent. So I think it's what I'll take. Okay, some interesting picks here. So, Battle Menu is really good. It just, it's a great removal spell when you can use it that way, and when you use it other ways, it's pretty good. I do like Ishgard a reasonable amount, but you do need to end up in a deck with enough enchantments or artifacts, or it's just a plains with, like, a tiny bit of upside. I do like X-Death. We did already take, a white card, but I do think he's pretty great. Just the baseline is really good. So that's where I'm leaning. I do like Battle Menu, but I think we'll take X-Death here. Ooh, back-to-back X-Deaths. Yeah, I'm down with that. That gives us even more incentive to start doing some graveyard stuff. One nice thing about these for the graveyard decks is that they do eventually put themselves in the graveyard, and these check for permanence, so... Okay, so I do like Grand Pulse Ochu, but I like Cornered by Black Mages a lot. A lot of the cards that say create a 0/1 black wizard creature token are mostly for the black-red deck, but this one ends up playing well in all of the decks. So it is what I'm going to take. It's a little mana intensive. Don't love that, but it is what I take. This is technically like the graveyard card in this pack, but most of the time you never use that ability. It's just sort of there for flavor. Okay, so we do have a pretty good town here, one I don't mind. Limit Break's okay. I do like Prisha's Wanderings. It's definitely better in, like, blue-green, but if we splash a third color between Fenrir and Prisha's Wanderings, we'll pretty much have what we need. Granted, we could say the same thing about Capital City to a certain extent. I like Wanderings a little more. So, and I'm not in a color pair where it's that likely. I do like the town guy who mills 4, and if you get a town back, you gain 2. It works really well in black-green, but yeah. No, we'll take the Wanderings. I think cutting green has value, too, at making someone else not want to be in green. And I think it's safe to say we want to be in green. Right now, we're not playing Zac. I mean, we don't play him unless we end up in green-white, which is possible. It's possible black disintegrates on us. Blitzball Shot's a pretty good trick. There's a Crossroads Village, another decent source of fixing. This Crystal's not good. The Pandora's not good. This is one of the summons that isn't very good. Most of them are. It's sort of the exception to the rule. Seemed like it would be okay, but it just doesn't do enough up front and has bad stats. I'm sort of thinking the Village. Blitzball Shot's okay, but it's not, like, amazing. It is another pick where I can cut green for what that's worth, and that is worth something. Yeah, all right. It's playable, too, so it's not, like, a crazy pick. Okay, so Namazu Trader and Bard's Bow. I think I like the bow a little bit more. They're both fine. This is fixing, but right now we're not exactly in need of it, so... Vaughn is actually Captain Lannery Storm, and not a terrible card if we were in red. But yeah, I like the bow a reasonable amount. Do need some low drops. And black doesn't seem crazy open. So there is a world where we end up in green-white still. Splashing X-Death isn't, like, amazing. Because if we're not in black-green, it's unlikely we're that good at getting enough permanents in the graveyard for it to be more than a 3-mana 3/3 gain 3, which is, like, if it was easy for our deck to cast, would still be worth playing. But if we're splashing him, that's not what's going on. So, so I don't think... Ooh, wow. All right. Well, that came back, so that's a good sign for green. Hectize being here is a pretty good sign for black, but Summon Fat Chocobo's even better. I do want some Hectize in an ideal world. You know, we need 2 drops, but this card's, I think, too good to pass up. 5 mana, 4/4 that makes it 2/2 is really good for a common, and it's better than that in most ways. You know, the one downside is it has an expiration date, but, like, in most games of Limited, your creature isn't around that long anyway, right? So Summon Chocomog still being here is interesting, and I think it's probably what we grab. I could get Monk's Fist, it's fine, but definitely better in like red-white or blue-white where we care more about artifacts. I'm going to take Summon Chocomog here. Alright, here we will take a Monk's Fist. Because it kind of looks like we might end up back in white, which is a little sad after those X-Death picks, but I don't hate where green is. Like, green is wildly open. So, and white seems reasonably open too. So there's definitely a world where we don't end up, and that's one of the bummers about this. Like, if it was Sephiroth's intervention or whatever, we could splash it, but that's not the case here. So, but yeah, I mean, our best card is Summon Fenrir. I mean, Summon Fat Chocobo might even be better than X-Death. I don't, you know, Cornered by Black Mages is pretty good, but definitely better if we were in black-red. All right, well, now we get a nice Graveyard Enabler in black that managed to last. This card's been a little better than I expected. You know, I talked about it being an important common, but it's been better than I thought it would be. So it is looking a little more likely now that we're in black-green. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Giganto, definitely better in, like, blue-green, but it's fine. You know, having a creature that scales in the really late game. Okay, well, what are we supposed to do here? So, I was thinking we'd end up in black, but white seems open, and we just got Dion. So, I have gotten this card, like, a crazy number of times, which is wild, because I gave him the #1 bomb grade in my top 10 on that topic, and it's in the conversation. I think maybe, like, the 8-drops that are, like, game-breaking might even be ahead of it, because you can actually cast them in this format. I like Omega, too. There's, like, a world where one considers taking Omega. It's not a world where you take 0 towns in the first pack, but we take Dion and pretty much lock in on green-white. I mean, we'll see what happens. You can splash Dion, but if you can't transform him, he is substantially less impressive. So... So that is a thing. Geesall Greens is pretty good if we're, you know, going to be green-white. We do need 2 drops. Triple Triad's interesting. I think probably still too clunky. This isn't especially good in Limited. You just don't need a million mana in the late game, and it has bad stats beyond that. There's a good black card here in Vane's Treachery, but yeah, we'll just take the greens. We know we're definitely playing green. And I think... Oh, another X-Death. Okay, here's a Hectize as well. Really tempting me, but Dion's too good. I mean, you know, as nice as these black cards are, we're supposed to be in a green-white deck now. So this card's not bad. You know, you play it and attack, and it puts your opponent in... you know, if they trade, you draw a card. This is an okay 2-drop, not one I love. I don't like Ride the Shoopoof, you know, just... It's awkward no matter when you play it for the most part. It can definitely go off in some games. So we're looking at Town Greeter and the Balam T-Rexar. The Town Greeter is not nearly as good in this deck as in, like, if we were in black-green. But I do need 2 drops, and it's a pretty good one. I mean, I think it's just a good value card in general. So, all right. Well, we do get the green-white signpost to make up for having to give up our black-green ones. So that's good. One of them, anyway. And she's pretty good. if anything, so far, she's been better than I expected her to be. I've definitely had experiences where she absolutely wrecks me, but I haven't actually seen her that many times so far. So cards that help us go wide are extra interesting for us, but things are looking pretty good. Cards that make multiple bodies, you know, like a couple more Dions would be good. So this is a pretty good trick. I mean, we've already got one Blitzball shot. I like mixing it up a little. Having a cheaper one that is better in the late game is certainly nice. Sephiroth's Intervention still being here makes me a little sad for our black-green deck that wasn't. But same thing with this to a certain extent. But we'll take the good white card. Man, somebody's going to have fun with the Minstrel. I think we take the Staff. Like I've said before, I like this card. Gets better when you have Chocobo kicks and stuff, but the Staff is a nice 2-drop, and we still need those. And, I mean, this is a 1-drop, but I like the Staff a little bit more than I like that guy. Especially when I don't have, like, any significant ways to take advantage of Death Touch right now. Another cornered by Black Mages. The Moogle's not great. Gigantoad's not great. I've already got one, so I will take the Moogle. I haven't been very impressed with any of the land cyclers except for the big dino, which seems like that's how that always goes. Okay, well, Garnet's good. You know, it doesn't always happen, but I have had people play turn 2 Garnet, turn 3 summon Chocomog, and it is an absolute beating. Like if you don't kill one of them, the game is kind of over. So, you know, it doesn't always happen, but it happens. More Chocomogs would be good, but yeah. So we have now made up for our lost signpost uncommons, and our curve's looking much better than it was. We've got a Dion, which is one of the bigger bombs in the set, so can't really complain, even though I'm trying to, you know. Yeah, don't really. I mean, we've got one of each good trick for this color pair already. We're not a Reach the Horizon deck. You know, there are, like, if the blue-green robot deck is doing that. I guess I'm going to take a creature. I don't really like this thing very much. It's so wild how this creature right here used to be so much better. We will take a Scout over Cactuar. Like, Master Decoy back in the day was so good. But it used to be a lot better because the creatures you were tapping down were just like Air Elemental, you know? 5 mana, 4/4 flyer, no abilities. And that's really good. But now you're tapping down something that already had an Enters trigger, or it made another body or something like that, and it's just, it doesn't do enough, you know? It doesn't do enough. I mean, you know, it's never going to feel bad, and that's the thing about, like, today's, all the Blitzball shots. That's the thing about today's limited formats is, like, there aren't that many cards when you look at them and you're like, oh, it actively makes me lose, except for the opportunity cost of playing this card over something else. In those cases, cards like this can actively make you lose. You know, they don't look terrible, but it's in comparison to everything else going on. All right, I think we take Summon Primal Garuda. We have a few. Is Garnet really our only payoff, maybe? She might be, but this is a good card anyway. You know, the shorthand is all of these uncommon sagas, except the red one, which needs a lot of help, I think, to work out. All of the others, the other 4 are all really, really good. And Summon Fenrir, which we already have, is, like, absurd. So we will take Primal Garuda here pretty happily. Genova Ancient Calamity. That is a strong card. We do have a little bit of fixing already. And the options for us in this pack, not great. Haven't really been that impressed with either of these. We're going to take Genova. It's just super good. Just puts counters on stuff every turn. Usually a counter, but then you know, that's the kind of thing that snowballs. And there's a bunch of other upside too, because it turns the things into mutants, and then if the mutants die, they draw us cards. So, ooh, another Summon Fenrir. Not only is this more fixing, it's just like a great card. So I was about to thinking about taking Starting Town, but Summon Fenrir is way better. Summon Shiva's good too, but ain't no Summon Fenrir. Cloud Strife is red. The one thing I don't like about these is, even though I did a whole set review of them, I have to look at them closely to see what color they actually are. Which shouldn't be the case, but that's where we are. This helps us go wide, which we're honestly not that good at for the color pair. So it might make the cut. It's an effect we don't already have. We already have like mediocre, medium 3-drops and stuff. So we'll take the rescue mission. So another one of those, also a commune. Sort of thinking capital city though. We do have Genova, so we have a little more incentive for picking one up. So we also have the town greeter, which will occasionally gain us life if we have a town. Don't like weapons vendor very much. I mean, especially in a deck with very little equipment, but it hasn't been impressive in general. That's kind of what I thought in the set review. I mean, 4 mana, 2/2, draw a card. Even that, even though it draws you a card, it seems like it's a little too inefficient to be great. I don't think it's terrible, but, you know. Yeah, we'll take it here. But yeah, it's probably one of the first cards we cut. We have a little bit of equipment, right? We have 1 Mage's Staff and 1 Bard's Bow, but that's not really enough for me to want to run that thing. But yeah, we'll just run 1 Swamp, Capital City. We got the Summon Fenrirs and whatnot, so I think we're good on mana. So here's a Magitech Armor. I think I'll take it. It kind of gives us 2 bodies, but it kind of doesn't. Vehicles being how they are. I think this is probably better in blue-white than it is in this particular deck, but yeah, we also have too many tricks right now. I'll probably cut 1 Blitzball shot. How many enchantments do we have? Just 5. That's probably not quite enough to really go wild with this. But what else are we going to take? Well, I guess Insomnia helps us with our mana, actually, so I can't condone taking Terra just for fun. Darn it. Another Prisha's Wandering. I doubt we play 2 of those, but we may not even play 1. I mean, it's really hilarious to compare Summon Fenrir and Prisha's Wandering. Like, the comparison is wild. I mean, sure, Prisha's Wanderings can grab towns, but in our deck, it helps a little, but it doesn't help that much. Just imagine if this was, you know, I know a lot of people saw these and they're like, they're not going to be good in limited. They're only around for 2 turns or whatever. And it's like, okay, but how good is 3 mana, 3/2, search your library for a basic land, put into play, tapped? This dies in 2 turns. That's really good. Like, I think a lot of people just saw the negative before thinking about that they really turned the knobs on these, where if they didn't die, which Garnet can keep them from doing, they would be absolutely absurd. So, you know, the fact that they do balances them. Especially the really strong ones, like Summon Fenrir. Pretty happy with this deck overall. I mean, Dion's and Summon Fenrirs are good ways to win. And we've got, you know, probably not playing that Moogle. Got some strong cards. I mean, I didn't even mention Genova. The Genova that we're splashing is also sweet, and our mana is going to be pretty darn good for it. All right, so you have some cards to cut. I do think we hold on to 1 Blitzball shot and 1 You're Not Alone. I like having, like I said, those. Don't love the Scout, especially when we're not that good at making multiple bodies. I think the only cards we have that do it are Renoa, Summon Fat Chocobo, and Aerith Rescue Mission, which is questionable whether it makes the cut at all. So, yeah. I mean, I probably cut like a rescue mission and a Laporet Scout, and we just roll with this deck from there. I think the Coral makes the cut. Maybe. I think it's better than the Scout, which I don't think is a great card. And yeah, I mean the rescue mission. Those are really our weakest cards, I think. It's not like Monk's Fist is amazing either, I guess, especially when we don't have any real synergy for it. It is easy to cast. Yeah, we've got a few subpar cards. Don't love Magitech Armor either. I think lowering our curve is probably a little wiser. So I probably cut Magitech Armor. Maybe I leave the rescue mission in. I mean, it does have a real effect. It has an effect. The second mode can just be game-winning. And the first mode, if you're behind, usually helps you out, even if it doesn't help you in a big way. So I think we're looking at the Scout or the Coral a little more. I mean, having strong 4s and 5s, I mean, it does make Fenrir better, and we don't have a ton of those, but, you know, the mana is going to be useful no matter how we roll things. Actually, just kidding. In the end, I decided to put Magitech Armor back in and just cut both Scouts. I just think this is going to end up... The multiple bodies is worth it, even though you can't always have them at the same time. So, let's change it a little bit. This is what we're going with. Okay, looks like a pretty good starting hand. You know, we're not going to do anything completely busted early, but 2-drop, 3-drop, you know, Town Greeter in the mix. Works for me. We also have all of our colors of mana. Now we really will have all of our colors of mana. Yeah, so we'll play our Staff. I realized that my mic was actually very far away from me, so... I realized my mic was actually very far away from me for the beginning of this game, so apologies. I think we just attack with this. It's pretty likely they block, but it's an okay exchange for us, and then we'll do Summon Fenrir. Chocomog will come in with a counter next turn, so... Yeah. If they take it, we're cool with that too. And sometimes red-black decks do just want to take it. Yeah, I was going to say, because they want to keep these things on board. Oh, I can actually just play Genova next turn. That's actually even better. Yeah, so we go Summon Fenrir, grab our 1 Swamp. So yeah, Chocomog next turn, or Genova. Probably Genova, because Genova having more counters means that it does more. They may kill Fenrir. They don't. I was gonna say sometimes they kill Fenrir, and it's hard. Sometimes you have to. It just stinks, you know, because they already grabbed a land. Yeah, I think we're supposed to play Genova here. Then, what do I attack with? So making Fenrir into a mutant, even if they don't decide to kill it in combat, which they probably will, basically I'm going to end up getting to draw cards like no matter what they do here, as long as Genova's still alive. So that is where we want to put the counters. So yeah, we'll go Genova. It comes with a counter. We'll put the counters onto Fenrir, making it a mutant. Do I also want to attack with our Staff in this spot when I have Chocomog in my hand? I mean, probably not. So yeah, if they block it, I draw 5. And if they don't block it, I draw 5. So, I think we'll take it. Yeah, I was gonna say. All right. Well, that feels good. We do have to discard a card. I don't really need this tap land. I'd rather hold on to a cycling land at this point. All right. Yeah, as expected, this card hasn't been very good, mostly because it's a 4-mana 2/2. Like, you know, if they statted it, honestly, if it was like a 4-mana 1/4 with Death Touch, and take away Death Touch, actually, it would be a way better card. With Death Touch would probably be too good, but yeah. So what do we want to do here? The options are many. So we're going to make this into a mutant this time. And again, if they block it, we draw a million cards. But I'm going to play Chocomog first. What else do I want to play? I guess nothing else right away. So, don't really want to attack with Genova. I could play Zach Fair and have Indestructibility on board. You know what? This will make their lives even harder. So yeah, we'll put 3 counters here. Are they going to just try to make us draw our whole library? Is that what's happening? I think we attack with both, because there is like a risk where we draw too many cards. Also, just doing damage is really good, and Zach can make Genova indestructible. Although, holding on to Zach to do it more later is good, but we've already drawn so many cards that even if we can't save Genova from stuff, we're still going to be pretty happy. Yeah, I think it's fine to save Genova here. Okay, yeah, they just scooped, which I don't blame them. We were really going off with Genova, and their only options were like, block with my Death Touch or take a bunch. I mean, I think take a bunch was the right choice, but still, it was not an easy choice. So, no white mana, but we do have Fenrir, and we're on the play. I mean, I think that's acceptable. Is it great? No, but I do think it's acceptable. And we might draw Plains. If we draw Plains, it's a really good hand, but yeah, making these into mutants with Genova is just, it's messed up. Because that was the thing with that particular one. Their options were take a bunch of damage and let them also probably draw another card with Chapter 3 and still draw the 5 cards. So blocking Fenrir, I think, was the right choice because there wasn't a good one, especially if they didn't have removal for Genova. But the other block was probably not optimal. Okay. Well, Fenrir's going to be all alone, but that's okay. He's pretty good even when he's all alone, so. Another black mage. Oh, there's white mana. We still play Fenrir, though. Yep. Guess we'll grab a Plains so we can potentially double spell next turn, if we so desire. Neither of these are going to be that exciting to put a counter on, unfortunately. I wonder... Playing the armor is kind of tempting, but I won't get a counter. It's tempting because Chapter 3 is more likely to draw me a card if I have a 4/4, but it's still not guaranteed to, so... Yeah. Yep, they're in that spot where it's like, I guess I can kill Fenrir. Or this is better, I think, but I am glad we don't have any of our really great cards in our hand in this spot. I mean, you know, they're all fine, but I'm not heartbroken about it. I don't love that they know we have You're Not Alone, but what are you going to do? Yeah, light up the stage is pretty sweet. I have another Black Mage's Rod on the table. Trying to decide if I actually want to attack here. I kind of don't think so, because it's not that likely they have a bigger creature than me this next turn. I mean, I can use You're Not Alone, and that probably makes the attack more worthwhile, now that I mention it. Yeah, let's attack with Fenrir. They know we have You're Not Alone, so I'm never going to blow them out with it. So using it in a spot like this, where I still do something significant, is fine. And I'm also fine with them taking 3, of course. So, yeah. So who do I want to put a counter on? I mean, I'd rather have a 3/3, I guess. Right? Right. And then I'm going to play the greens so I can leave up mana for You're Not Alone. Just in case. I mean, they are red. They may have damage-based removal. So another Rod is a little scary, but right now it sort of feels like we can race a bunch of black mages, but maybe not. They do a lot of damage in a hurry. It's a pretty cool archetype. I think they did a good job designing it. And it's also perfect for what black mages are, of course, in Final Fantasy. All right. There's a land. We get to draw another card, which is also a land. Buff that. Yeah, I mean, I think we just attack with both of them. Using You're Not Alone here is a little sketchy. I don't know that I'm going to. It's sketchy because they have 2 red mana up. I kind of think it's okay to just let this happen. Yeah. I kind of wish they'd let us use You're Not Alone when we attacked with Fenrir, but... Oh my god. Our deck does not have a whole lot of life gain. Thank goodness you're a creature. Okay, our deck does have a whole lot of lands, apparently. I mean, I think we attack with the Quirrell and then do He Saw Greens, which is far from exciting, but it's what we have. Yeah. We need to draw, like, fire from here, I think, to have a chance. We've got more gas than we do. Really have a better board state than we do. So, basically, we need to stop drawing lands, or it's going to be very, very hard to get there. I think I would attack with Shambling Seath if I were them, yeah. Because it does not, I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? There's, like, not a good block here. Going to 12 when they've got 3 Black Mage triggers isn't exactly great. So it puts me in a horrible spot. Double blocking it isn't good. They can even bring this stupid thing back. Chumping it and getting a 1/1 might be okay. But it's not great. It does worry me to go to 12, though, when they have 3 Black Mage's Rods in play. That means 4 spells kills us, but... And they can also get another Black Mage next turn. Yeah, alright. A 2/1 really isn't that much better than a 1/1 right now. Okay, we didn't draw land, but... At least it's a body, I guess. Yeah, so I guess we attack with Quirrell. They, like, can't block it. So, I mean, even if they triple block it, they can't kill it. And the only way I probably win this game is if I manage to, I guess attacking with the Chocobo isn't bad either. But yeah, the only way I win this game is, like, if I manage to get through for lethal off of You're Not Alone. The bad news is they know we have You're Not Alone. But I still think we attack with a Quirrell. Tapping this is not great. I mean, it is something I could do, but I think being aggressive is a little bit better. Yeah. Not too surprising. I wouldn't hate hitting... What do we have, like, 1 town? I wouldn't hate hitting it and gaining some life with Town Greeter here. That'd be cool. Nope, instead we hit a bunch of gas. Like Blitzball Shot would have been good. Primal Garuda would have been pretty good. You know, these things happen. Okay. We've got him at 8. Why did I have to mill? Especially these two. Bard's Bow. Oh my god. The number of Black Mage's Rods they were able to draft is frightening. That's 4. And they can get another token with Queen Brawny attacking here. I think I'd attack with Queen Brawny. I don't know what's in their hand, but if it's non-creature spells, like 100%, yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely what they should do if they have non-creature spells in their hand, and they probably do. I'm gonna try to kill her with the Chocobo. I sort of doubt it happens. Question is whether I'll have to use You're Not Alone or not. Like, a trick on Shambling CF here is pretty backbreaking. We don't really want that to happen. But how much does that do? 8. Yeah, even You're Not Alone doesn't save us. So yeah, we are pretty much toast here. This is definitely the most got there I've seen, especially with commons and uncommons. One of these decks get. I guess I could have used You're Not Alone to Quill Brawny, but at this point, I don't think we have any hope. All I have to do is cast 1 spell, so, you know. I'll give it to them, just so they can see those triggers go off. Yeah, there it is. And there we go. Well, that first game went really well for us. I mean, that one wasn't a complete disaster, but our opponent had an insane black-red deck, and that made life difficult for us. Didn't have a great start, and I kind of needed one against them. Okay. We do have turn 2 Garnet. It would be awesome to draw turn 3 Fenrir. That would be so awesome. We'll see if it happens. We do have all our colors, too, and Genova in our hand. Can't be sad about that. I think we do run Garnet out. You know, maybe there's something to be said for trying to play Coral. You know, now that they have mana up for Syncopate, I kind of think I do go with the Coral. If they had tapped out, I would have played Garnet for sure, because there's an okay chance. I mean, we might draw Summon Fenrir next turn. But we need to get Syncopate out of their hand to play our better spells. It does look like they have it to me. Or not. Dreams of Laguna. Yeah, that is one nice thing about blue decks, is you have Syncopate and Dreams of Laguna. So if you play something you don't really want to counter, you're just like, Dreams of Laguna. Okay. Alright. So now I definitely play Garnet. I think we attack here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do anything else. I wish I had a trick. I don't currently, but we will play Garnet now. So Genova next turn, put a counter on Garnet is pretty good. Yeah. Definitely pretty good. They may kill Garnet. No. Yep, we still do the Garnet thing for sure here. Because if they trade, we draw 3 cards, you know? So... And she gains us life. Like, you know, that's just a big, that's a big deal. All right. Draw 3. Are people not reading Genova? Because that wasn't one where I think they had to do that at all. But works for me. It's kind of hard to lose. Okay, well, Genova already gave us 3 cards. I guess now it's a little more even because it's like a 3 for 2. At least for them, it's a little more even. They could have Syncopate up here again. I really want to play Summon Fat Chocobo. But maybe I've got to play around it. Let's attack with our Coral. So playing Magitech Armor is still pretty good, and it lets me pay for Syncopate, so I think we just... Looks like they don't have Syncopate, but I have been burned by that card so many times in this format and burned others with it that I do think you have to keep it in mind. And it's not like we didn't do anything, you know. We just didn't do our most powerful play, just in case Syncopate was on the table. Okay, that's a little worrisome if they can start gaining life. Obviously, it itself can gain them life. That Galacat is giving us the business. Okay. Well, let's see what happens when we do this. All right, so now let's summon our Fat Chocobo. So Minwu puts counters on clerics, including itself anytime they gain life. All those life gain things have been a little more viable than I expected. I still don't love this one because of what it costs, but if you can keep it around, obviously it's a great card. And our deck isn't the most adept at removing stuff, so it is a pretty significant problem against us just because it can get so big and gain them so much life. Like, yeah, so they put that on Summon Fat Chocobo. That puts us in a kind of ugly spot here. They've only got 1 card in their hand. Okay. It's less ugly now, honestly, because at least I know I can still double block Minwu. That's what matters. I kind of think casting Rescue Mission here and tapping all their stuff and freezing this sounds pretty good. Hit them for a bunch. Definitely want to freeze the White Mage because I don't want them to be able to swing back. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here is go Rescue Mission. Tap all 3 of these. Put a stun counter on that. Play Bard's Bow. Do this. Drop them to 6. Galacat's Vigilance is pretty annoying here, but what are you going to do? I kind of didn't want them to have another creature. I'd love if they attacked with their Valkyrie aerial unit here. Oh, shoot, they can and untap it. Sage's Newless actually does something here. Brutal. Yeah, we're in trouble. They can kill us in, like, 1 more swing. They do have Bard's Bow, but... even with all those extra cards we drew, this one looks like our opponent. Persia's Wandering's interesting. It's not amazing, but it is interesting. So, I'm going to do this. What happens here? Hold on a second. If I tap the thing with highest toughness, they have 4 toughness worth of stuff to block. I attack them for 4, 6, 9. I think I still win, right? 4, 7, 10. And they can only stop, yeah. So we just tap down this. Because all our stuff has trample. Attack them for 10, and they can only stop 4 of the damage. So, yeah, we end up getting lethal here. Summon Fat Chocobo does the job, even when it's put to sleep. We even have 1 more damage in our hand because of Prisha's Wanderings. Well, more than 1, because it's going to buff the Chocobo. Yeah. I did almost miss that lethal, but saw it in the end, luckily. Alright, this does look like a keep. I mean, we don't have a 2-drop, but we have a turn 3 Fenrir, which can then turn into Genova. Although, it might actually be better to play Renoa first, because then I have somewhere to put the counters that isn't. Although, never mind. That combo where we just turn this into a mutant is actually really strong. So, so we'll probably do that. It's a strong hand. Doesn't have the early play potential that I would love. If we draw like a 2-drop here, it's going to be awesome. Well, we drew a 1-drop. I'll take it. I will take it. Let's see. So do I want to attack with Zach first? I mean, I definitely don't hate the idea, so yeah. There's a chance they kill him or whatever, but who cares, you know? And now we have Zach for Genova, even if they do kill Fenrir here. Yeah, we definitely grab our Swamp. Don't have to deal with our filter land if we do that. Alright, yeah, so we go Genova. Enters with a counter. I think we put them both on Fenrir. Get in a big attack. And then next turn we draw 5 cards if they don't kill Genova. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if they do kill Genova, we still got pretty good value. That is the downside about putting the counters on Fenrir, but okay, well. It is pretty gross how many times we've managed to do that already. I mean, they're both busted cards, Fenrir and Genova. Put them together, absolutely disgusting. One ramps you into the other, fixes your mana for the other, and the other draws you 5 cards or whatever, so just keep doing that every game. Ooh. You know, this is a hand where we do have the 2-drop, but so many lands. Like, if we draw like 2 lands in our top 4 cards, it could be pretty bad. We are going first. There are some crazy things that could happen with Garnet, but and we have all 3 of our colors. There's like a world where maybe we keep, but no, I don't think we can. Okay. I mean, if we can get to Fenrir, we're okay. The lack of white mana is a problem. But we can do the Fenrir Genova thing again, so. I probably put, like, Coral back. I think it's our weakest card in this hand, and we need to draw a land to play it, too, just like we do summon Fenrir, so. And Zach has more applications, so this is a hand that could go wrong, but as long as I draw any land, I'm okay. All right, and we did, and we get to do this again. Turn 2 Zach Fair. Wow. So if we get to do the Fenrir Genova thing again here, I don't even know what to say. So I guess we probably want another forest. More than anything, yeah, what our hand looks like. End our turn. We do take 2 from the castle guard here. I don't see a world where I don't do that. Or 3 even. So there is a world where that's not what happens. But yeah, now we get to do this again. And we say, can you kill Fenrir? Because if not... we're going to draw 5 cards next turn. Or, can you kill Genova? Killing Genova is actually better, because then they don't have to deal with it at all. But I think making them make this decision is a good idea. Plan B is like, you know, play Summon Fat Chocobo, which is still pretty good. Putting the counters on Summon Fat Chocobo is good too, because it's a saga. I feel like if they had removal, they would have fired it off. You know, battle menu can do... Wait, is it... Okay. The luck I'm having... I mean, I did mull to 6 that time to get it, but... It is pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie. If that keeps happening... I mean, we do have 2 Fenrirs, but we've only got 1 Genova. So... The chances aren't great of us doing that. What? You know, these days, unfortunately, when I record drafts, they're like super spread out because my schedule's sort of a patchwork these days, like where I can, you know, have time to record in addition to all the other stuff I do. So I can't remember exactly when it happened in the other games because I played them like 4 days ago. It may not have happened on Curve, those other games, but I know in the earlier games I did the Genova thing. So, all right. I mean, we keep... the lack of white mana is a little bit of a problem, but we've got Fenrir again, which solves most of those problems. So, you know, hopefully we just naturally draw white like we have every other time we've had a hand that's a little bit iffy. That'd be cool, but we're probably due to whiff on that. More green mana. Does mean we can play Fenrir next turn, and I probably do grab white this time. I mean, should we just assume we're going to draw Genova? Because I have white cards in my hand, and I need to be able to play them, you know. So, more green mana. Yeah, so we definitely grab white. I mean, it means we can play Renoa next turn, so... The one problem, Genova, that Fenrir, as busted as it is, does have is it can't grab towns, you know? It would be absolutely absurd if it could. It's already, you know, a very good card, yeah. Grab white mana. Attack for 2. Kind of forgot about that. But yeah, we play Renoa next turn. Get some good attacks. Yeah, well, we're not going to have good attacks this turn, that's for sure. But we do get an extra big Renoa. And not worth attacking with anything. All right. Fair enough. We are still going to get to draw a card with Summon Fenrir. That's a good draw. Yeah, so... I think we go Summon Chocomog, yeah. I could use Blitzball Shot here, but that seems like more than a little bit of overkill. I think we probably just let the token die. So I guess I'm going to move Monk's Fist here. I could have left up Blitzball Shot to use it like in response to removal, but they're not really... I guess they could have summoned Primal Garuda, but that would kill this anyway. They don't have very much damage-based removal, is what I'm trying to say. So leaving up the shot has very minimal upside. It is unfortunate that our opponent finally had an answer for our absurd Fenrir start. because so far they had not. I would like it if they just tap out to play something here. Ugh. And they do, but it's something that's gives them value. Who knows? Hopefully they don't grab something amazing. Not amazing, but that card is better than it looks. All of the 1/3s, 1/4s are all way better in this format than they would be in most. All right, let's start with our town greeter, see what we can do with that. There's our swamp, so we definitely grab that. As tempting as it is to grab white, that's literally our only... Well, we do have that town, but I think we did the right thing there. So, yeah, we definitely attack with both of these. We do use Blitzball Shot here if they block to punch through the Delivery Moogle. Do a bunch of damage. Yeah, they don't block, so I think that's fine by us. I think we just do 6 to them. And then we play... Yeah, I'd rather do the White Mage's Staff than the Dwarven Castle Guard. So we could take 5 in the air here, but we have 2 tricks that might just get us lethal out of nowhere if they're over-aggressive. Like, if they attack with both of those and then play a thing, chances... There's a decent chance we can just do lethal on the backswing, thanks to the Choco-Mog buff. Well, they didn't tap out. So it's going to be a little harder to pull off. However... Are they going to bounce summon Choco-Mog? That's not... Okay, that makes more sense. However, I can save it here with Blitzball Shot. So I think I do. Ooh, speaking of summon Primal Garuda. Let's see. How much damage can I do here? I have You're Not Alone, so 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It is interesting. The question is whether it's better to play Summon Primal Garuda, because they can avoid taking lethal here, even with the trick. Like, they do have to block Summon Choco-Mog, though, for that to be true. So yeah, we definitely attack with everything. Depending on how they block, maybe we don't do anything, but... So, 6, 8, until, yeah, so we just have lethal here. That'll work. Maybe it's not as exciting as the crazy mutant stuff we've been doing, but... Alright, I sort of forgot this card's even in the deck, because this deck is truly absurd, I guess. I've had that card a lot, and I haven't seen it in this particular deck. Ooh, turn 1. I don't love it when someone plays that. That card's been better than I expected. Just because it turns out it's, like, easier to... It's better when you draw it late. Oh, my God. Well, no matter how crazy our deck is, this might be one where we get run over. The double Chocobos. It feels better in, like, the mid to late game than I expected. I knew it was going to be nuts on turn 1, you know. Said as much in the set review. But I gave it a C because I was like... You know, sometimes it's just not gonna work out, but it's about to wreck us pretty effectively, I think it's safe to say. Do I just take 4? I mean, probably. We can cash this in to prevent more damage at a later time. And if we're really lucky, maybe they miss a land drop or something. Oh, well, there's Genova, but this is one of the few starts that can... invalidate Genova. So we have 2 insane cards in our hand, but our opponent's start is so fast that I'm very worried. I was kind of hoping they'd miss a land drop there at least, so I could block and kill one of them with the block plus Precious Wanderings, but I have to settle for killing Fang. I don't really need that. Or that. I mean, I'd rather just get a forest, honestly. Yeah, we killed Fang. Ugh. So they actually have good stuff to sack here, unfortunately. Okay. Well, Dion is not big enough to... I mean, what I can do, what I might have to do is double block one of the Chocobos. That might be, like, our best bet. Because at least even if they play a land, these two can double block and kill one, and then the token will survive. Yeah. When Dion is reduced to this, you know your opponent had a good start. And if they have removal, it's just, like, over. So... yeah, I was going to say I'd attack with Reno and Reed. They're mostly just going to do damage, probably, but maybe... I have gone off with it, like, once, and by that I just mean I got to cast a card with it, which doesn't happen that often. Blitzball for the win. No? Okay, okay, we're at 3. They get a Plains. Well, they didn't play another creature. That part is good. I wish I could double spell here, but I just can't. I guess Genova put a counter on this is probably our best play, sadly. Yeah. I can also equip it, I guess. Yeah, I'll put it here. So I can double block the Chocobo again, or they play a land and I can't. Unfortunately. I mean, I still can double block it, but it doesn't accomplish anything. I wish it'd be, but it's already a really good card. It does not count stuff dying on your opponent's turn. I think that's our best bet. Holding on to Genova is probably more valuable, and I will be able to double spell this next turn, so... You go to 1. What do they get off the top? Town Greeter. Don't think they want to sack their Chocobo for that. So that's what I mean. When you, like, you can do it, but, like, why would you? Ooh. Okay. Can we turn this thing around? Maybe. Probably not. Is it better to play Garnet now? Because she can at least gain life when she blocks. I mean, Gigantode is going to be big. We're definitely playing Gigantode. Oh, yeah. We do play Garnet, and then putting a counter on her really helps, I think. Then next turn I can play this. Yeah. Maybe gain some more life. Yeah. I like putting the counter on her because the fail case is still that we gain some life. Even if they play a land here. Which, of course, they do. This is going to come down at some point, too, which is bad. We do have ways to deal with it, but we don't have them right now. 1 life. Yeah, removal kills us here, just because of Menace, so... But if I get them to not attack us... Alright, yeah, so we definitely double block. Hold on to Genova. Yeah. Like I said, if all that happens here is that I gain some life, like... But gain life and kill the thing is even better. Now, they do have a diamond weapon. Good draw, though, for us. So... Yeah. Have to chump block diamond weapon is the bad part. I can't take it down with all our bodies like I can with other things. I guess making Gigantode big enough is a little interesting. Actually, yeah. No, all combat damage. I mean, they would let us draw 8 cards. So let's play Summon Chocomog. If they let me draw 8 cards, there's a good chance we draw our removal. I can put 2 counters on this now. It'll still only be an 8/8, which sadly isn't quite big enough. Yeah, I think we attack, because we get in for 9, and then on the backswing, we probably block with Summon Chocomog or Fenrir or whatever. We are dead to, like, removal, but I think our best way of winning is drawing 9 cards, probably. Did we really not draw one of our answers? We really didn't. Okay. That's annoying. Let's see. Playing multiple bodies. I think we probably... Oh, well, Summon Fat Chocobo's multiple bodies all on its own. So is Renoa. Oh, I can't actually cast her, though. So, let's see. Summon Fat Chocobo it is. Discard a card. I can cycle this, so I think I'm going to go with the Forest. The card advantage does still give us a shot at finding a way to win this game. But obviously... Ugh. Gross. This also isn't a May trigger, so eventually they could make us mill ourselves out or something. Which isn't great. Summon Primal Groot is kind of interesting. I can't kill anything. Ugh. Now they have a Cloud of Darkness, too. Four, 7, 8. I mean, I actually think I want to play this as a land. It can't kill anything, but sending some big creature to the air does sound kind of appealing. Renoa plus a bunch of bodies on the board, plus trample, also appealing. Let's play Summon Fenrir. Let's go to combat. Send this big old Chocobo in. I do really wish they didn't have Cloud of Darkness in their hand, but what are you going to do? And it can do -4/-4 right now, so it can kill Renoa. So maybe I just play out some little silly things instead for now. I do draw 7 cards at some point, which could put us in a little bit of danger. Do I have the mana for You're Not Alone? I do, which is interesting. So I could save Renoa from this. I don't think we do, though. I think we need to play out more bodies first. Let them do what they will. They like I said, this isn't a May trigger, so they may make us draw like our whole deck at some point. Hoping I can kill them with You're Not Alone plus Blitzball Shot plus a big attack before then. But we'll see. That is one reason to keep putting the counters on one creature, except for I put them on a creature so far that eventually will, you know, die. They may have decided to stop attacking us, which is probably wise, because they can just make me draw my whole library, like I said. So, oh, that's annoying. Yeah. Okay. So the whole board has trample. Unfortunately for us, they have 13, 15, 16 toughness. And we only have 6, 10, 17, 23. Oh, hold on. 23 attack plus 7 is 30. Man, it's almost lethal. I'm not going to have this body next turn is the bad news. I think playing Summon Primal Garuda and Renoa is our best bet here. And then hoping we draw the, Oh, wait. I wasn't counting the 3 extra damage from Genova. So, 14, 17, 18, 33. Yeah. That should be lethal. Let's hope I didn't math wrong. So 6, 10, 13 here, and then some trample damage. Ooh, was I off by 1? I kind of feel like I was off by 1. Let's find out. One reason I didn't want to wait another turn is because I'm not going to have my biggest creature anymore, but it might have been better to wait another turn. Or to buff Genova ahead of time. And get all those counters. Okay, good. I started to second guess my math at the end there, but was correct. What's a better combo? Genova plus Fenrir or Blitzball plus the +4/+4 thing? I don't know. I think we've won several games with both of those. Turned out drawing all those cards when they blocked our big creature was the right thing to do. Okay, not, you know, in terms of power, not our greatest hand, but we have all our colors. We got a 1-drop and a couple of 2-drops, so it's fine. Man, I guess I probably should have played my planes there. I would have had an attack here. But now that it's been done, I should play my actual 2-drop. Fenrir's here, that always helps. Having Zach Fair enter with more counters is pretty good. Do I want to block this thing? I kind of do before they get to the 3-mana ability, so works for me. Alright, so we'll do Summon Fenrir. We have our only town that I really want to search up. We'll just grab a forest. So next turn we could play Renoa as a 5/5. That's pretty strong. Yeah, I do take 2 here. Looks like they're choked on mana, which is not great news because we've drawn so well. Like I said, our hand wasn't very powerful, but then we drew Fenrir into Renoa, and it's like... Yep. Ooh, and now we drew Blitzball Shot on top of that. And Prish's Wanderings. Alright, so we're going to play Zach Fair. And we're going to play Monk's Fist, because we want Renoa's buff on her little dog friend to be as big as possible. So if they like try to triple block Renoa here and we use Blitzball Shot, I mean the game's pretty much over. He did only double. Oh, they didn't even double. I think that means we just let it happen. Yeah. I still have Zach Fair up if they try to kill her. So, yeah, we'll just kill both of these things. Leave up Prish's Wanderings. Okay. This was a very fast draft, partly because so many people scooped against our absurd starts before we really got to play the game. But I'll take it. So this might have been the most absurd deck I've drafted. It's certainly the most absurd one that I've recorded. I did have a Gilgamesh deck that was completely ridiculous because I had 2 Samurai's Katanas in Gilgamesh, and if you get the Katana and then put it on Gilgamesh with Gilgamesh's trigger, you attack with Gilgamesh, get the trigger again, and with all the job select equipment, it was like making like 10 tokens every time he attacked. Might have been more absurd than this one, but this one's pretty absurd. Mostly because of Genova and Fenrir, and just, you know, good green-white stuff. Dion really didn't do anything in this deck, funnily enough. Yeah. Was a pretty good deck, obviously enough. I'll see you all in the next video.